Hey guys, welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Andrew Seegers. This time we're joined by Derek Bittner to discuss a potential news of Nintendo starting a Loot Crate-like service. So let's get started. Alright Derek, so this news is pretty surprising, which I feel like is something I've been saying pretty frequently over the last 6 months. So Nintendo, according to MCV, is starting a Loot Crate-like service. So in case you don't know what that is, it's basically where you subscribe to a service and they send you a box on a regular schedule, typically once a month, just filled with random crap. So it can be all kinds of things, and there's all kinds of different boxes out there. There's like ones for boxes for snacks in different countries, like ones for clothing, just tons of different stuff. So this would be a Nintendo branded box. And it would come with, you know, all kinds of Nintendo merchandise. I think they mentioned things here like toys, clothing, and whatever else. This is surprising. Like, this is unexpected, but it kind of ties into the whole, like, theme we've seen of Nintendo over the past year with them branching out, and as Iwata said, exploring, you know, other revenue streams and other ways of using their IP. And in that sense, like, this makes a lot of sense. You know, because they've been moving slowly more and more into the toy market. I mean, especially, like, with Amiibo, right? Like, it's a huge toy thing. And it looks like they may be continuing that line of thought by introducing an actual box with a ton of Nintendo crap in it that you can subscribe to. And more specifically, I should mention, they do mention that you'll be able to subscribe to this on the basis of 3, 6, or 12-month plans, or you can buy the boxes individually as well. So, yeah, that's the raw details of it. What do you think about that?
I mean, I've heard about Loot Crate for a while. It's not something I've ever been interested in because, like, what do I have to do with random crap that I might not care
Right.
about, you know? It's because it is just completely random. It's just, here's some stuff that you might be interested in. Go crazy. But with something more Nintendo themed, I like most Nintendo stuff. I'd be actually pretty okay with this. I'm not sure if I'd actually invest in it. I'd have to see exactly what they'd come out in each of the boxes, but I could see this as an excellent way for them to introduce new IPs to people. Like if they start handing out Splatoon's labeled stuff, that'd be great. Pikmin stuff, you know, all kinds of like their lesser known franchises, get the word out there. And of course, sprinkle in the Mario, the Pokemon, the Zelda, the, you know, all the really popular ones. And I'd like to see what they could come up with as far as what they'd offer. Like, I'm not sure how they offer clothes because people are different sizes. How do you work that out?
I mean, yeah, you could choose your size before you subscribe, and they would try to accommodate, or they would accommodate your size when it came to clothing, maybe. I would hope so, at least. Otherwise, you're right. That'd be pretty pointless. You brought up something interesting there, though. With I mean, the problem, I mean, if you want to call it that, or an issue with like Loot Crates or whatnot, is it's so it's such like a broad field that a lot of it may not appeal to specific people. With that said, they've still been hugely successful. But it is interesting that having a Nintendo-focused box, that makes it, I mean, that on a base level, you're already going to be pretty interested. I mean, if you're a Nintendo fan, you're already going to be pretty interested in the content in this box, I imagine, at least on a thematic level. And that's something that I don't think we've really quite seen before, that I've seen before with a service like this. We're getting, like, really targeted merchandise. I wonder just, like, how broad of merchandise they can have in here. I mean, maybe they're planning, you know, working with a bunch of different manufacturers to create all kinds of new lines. I mean, I'm actually kind of reminded of like in the 80s and early 90s where you would see Nintendo crap everywhere, right? Like there were Mario shirts everywhere. You could get like shoes. Like, do you remember the Power Supplies catalog? Like, if this is the new version of the Power Supplies catalog, I'm completely on board. I mean, I think it would actually be kind of fun just getting a random box every month, just with like fun Nintendo stuff. I mean, especially if I were a kid, that would be super appealing. And by the way, this has to come in a giant question block. This has to come in a question block. The box better be a question block.
I think everybody sort of expects that because every news piece I've seen
has that
about
box.
A Loot Crate has the question block. It's like everybody's like, this is prime opportunity. take it.
Like, if they don't have that, like, I'm done. It's a missed opportunity. I'm out. It has to come in the question block.
I'd love if it has plushies of like the Starman or the mushroom or even the poison mushroom come out, because it just feels so appropriate to hit that thing and have a mushroom pop out.
Yeah, right. It does.
Now, one of the things I saw in here that other type of merchandise that get offered are pop vinyl toys. Are you aware of those things? They're pretty much everywhere now, right?
Oh yeah, like my friend Gadge. He was doing them or buying them in Disneyland even. And even in the store, like, you can do like a swapping type thing, I guess. When you buy one, you can swap out for like a random one. And it turned into like there were people watching us as we were doing it. Like we had a small crowd because
my gosh.
Well, it was mostly because of Gadge, but it was pretty hilarious. Like it was getting a lot of attention around that. So yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Nintendo themed pop vinyl figures though.
No, that seems like it would be a huge opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a good way for them to like have an exclusive type thing, which would also draw in pop vinyl aficionados. I know people are just addicted to collecting those. I don't quite get it because I always find the eyes a little creepy. But that's just other ways they can branch out and get people that aren't quite Nintendo fans but are addicted to these pop vinyl things and just collect them and sort of like look into these characters and whatnot.
That's a really good point, actually. We've already seen Nintendo experiment with something like that with pin trading at various events. I think they did it at Comic-Con. They definitely did it at E3, where you got pinned for every game you played, and you wanted to collect them all. And that's something Disney's done as well. And Penny Arcade has done it there at PAX, and they were inspired by Disneyland as well, if I recall.
Yeah.
So that would make a ton of sense. And of course, they've already done the collection thing as well before with Amiibo. And so I'm wondering too if Amiibo will be a part of this. More specifically, now that they're rolling out like Amiibo cards for like Animal Crossing home decorator, I could see them like just throwing in cards in every box, like just Amiibo cards that would work in whatever games they have coming up.
Yeah, that would work too. I mean, I think that's on everybody's mind about Amiibos, because there was a Amiibo specific box that came out from Loot Crate.
Oh, that's true.
It's been done before. It'd be a good idea. Now the question is, how would they be able to keep up with all this? Like, they can barely keep up with Amiibos as is. Like, what would they do with that sort of thing? Unless they have exclusives that they print enough of to get out there. I don't know. The thing that makes me nervous about this whole thing is, look at Club Nintendo, how they always had trouble keeping things in stock. Is Nintendo going to be able to keep up with demand if demand is super high, like we've seen so far with a lot of their branded merchandise?
I think so, because the difference with this service, I mean, with Club Nintendo, they had no idea how many people would want a particular thing. Whereas with a subscription service, they have a pretty good idea. I mean, it's going to be a predictable number month to month. Even if with a growth rate, they'll be able to predict how many things they have to manufacture to meet the current subscriber count.
That's a good point.
So yeah, I'm not too concerned on that. And in regards to the Amiibo thing, I mean, Amiibos by themselves go for what, like $12 to $15?
Yeah.
So I don't see them, except in maybe extremely rare cases, actually making Amiibo figures, especially because that's a revenue stream that already exists. Why would you get that away for free when you can already people already buy it?
Yeah.
But I could see the Amiibo cards, like that cost Nintendo nothing to do. People will want to collect those anyway, and that would be a great idea of just a great way of advertising to people. Like, what if you already have elements of the game shipped to you for free? I mean, that's part of your subscription cost, of course. That kind of does encourage you to pick up whatever game those cards might be for, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of a sudden you get Happy Home Designer cards. It's like, well, if I want to use this, I need to pick up this game. It looks cute.
This almost seems like for like a better word, like a next-gen Nintendo Power, right? Like Nintendo shipping stuff directly to your house. Because Nintendo Power used to come with, like every now and then they'll just ship random free stuff to you. Like in the January issue, it often like every issue came with like a calendar, or a poster, like a pull-out poster you can hang on your wall. And then once a year they'll ship you like a free gift, like a soundtrack, or something else. So I could see them like this. Really seems like a kind of brilliant idea. Like Nintendo already has, we've talked before many times about how their IPs are some of the strongest in the industry. Like there aren't many companies that could do something like this. I don't even think Sony could do a service like this, just because Nintendo has such a broad range of IPs that also target all these different demographics. I think that I'm actually looking forward to this. I think it's actually a really cool idea.
So we can all of a sudden now look forward to you unboxing your and your N-Box Loot Crate every month now, right?
That's right. I'm on board. It's funny. I'm actually usually not even into, like, I'm not a big collectible guy, and I only, you know, I'm actually kind of over the whole like physical goods sides of things. But I can see myself getting into this. Like, I don't know. It kind of brings back some of the excitement. Right, it's like, oh, what's inside the box, right? It's probably gonna be all cheap, stupid crap. Whatever.
That's my cynical guess, yes. Yeah. But I find it funny that you're into this more than me, and you're the one that got rid of all of his game boxes and cases and just kept the games themselves, which killed me inside when I heard about that.
All right, Derek, do you have any final thoughts on this at all before we wrap it up here?
I do. I have one more idea that what could pop into these Loot Crate boxes, and I think you'll really like this idea. Those Hot Wheels.
Ooh. Yeah, the ones that Nintendo that were just showing off a few days ago from the Mario branded ones.
Yeah, the Brazil one. Ones in Brazil.
Wouldn't
that be a great way to actually get those Hot Wheels?
Oh, that would be awesome. I would love that. Yeah, I thought those Hot Wheels looked awesome. I'm definitely gonna buy those. I only care about Hot Wheels. Like, those look awesome. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, well I think that about wraps up for us here, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, this report isn't confirmed, of course. It may not happen at all. I think it's a good idea, though. It makes sense for Nintendo. They've been moving into the physical side of goods more recently, like with the Amiibo. It's been a huge success for them, and I think they probably want to capitalize even more of that. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Of course, keep an eye on GameXplain.com for more on this Loot Crate at some point, if they announce more, and other things gaming as well. Alright, thanks, guys. Bye.